Alright, I say this all the time, and I get heat for it. Situationships do not exist. You are friend-zoned, and you happen to be a woman. So let's talk about it.
If you're her emotional support, but never her choice for more, you're not her best friend. She's taking advantage of you.
And you will be able to confirm this once she finds someone she actually likes and starts dating somebody else. You'll be discarded.
I need a name for the opposite of being friend-zoned because I am so exhausted of having this experience where I think I've made a genuine guy friend. We're laughing, we're having a good time, we're bonding over mutual interests. It just feels very wholesome and fun. And then they say something suggestive, and then I have to either A, not reciprocate, or B, set a boundary, and then they just stop talking to me.
Welcome to Masculinity.
Alright, I say this all the time, and I get heat for it. Situationships do not exist. You are friend-zoned, and you happen to be a woman. So let's talk about it. First off, what does the friend-zone dynamic look like for guys, since I think we're a little bit more familiar with that. It's a guy who wants to be with a given girl, but maybe he's tried, maybe he hasn't. Regardless, he can't close the deal. Maybe this is because she's out of his league, maybe she just doesn't see him as relationship material, maybe that's his fault, maybe that's not. Maybe she's just emotionally checked out, whatever it is. If you're in a situationship, this should sound pretty familiar to you. The only difference is that when a woman friend-zones a guy, it's a high likelihood that she uses him for emotional intimacy. Like, he's probably the one that she goes to a shoulder to cry on whenever she breaks up with someone or has troubles in her dating life. But a guy is using her for physical intimacy. The guy in the situationship is usually pretty content with the situationship. He's okay if it stays that way indefinitely. He doesn't have commitment issues, he's just made a decision. And that decision is that while he's fine to do something physically with you, probably sleeping together, he doesn't really want anything more than that. If you want a relationship and the other person doesn't, there's no specific category of like mini relationship that you're getting. It's just called rejection. But unfortunately, it's a really sticky kind of limbo that you can get stuck in if you just completely refuse to accept it because you think that a situationship eventually converts into a relationship. There's no such thing as a situationship. It's just friend zoning with benefits.
Women hate hearing this, but if a man truly wants you, there's no confusion, no limbo, no mixed signals. The situationship itself is the rejection.
If you're her emotional support, but never her choice for more, you're not her best friend. She's taking advantage of you. She vents to you about other guys, she leans on you when she's stressed, but when it comes to dates, intimacy, or commitment, you're invisible. She gets all the benefits of your time, your listening, your reassurance, without ever giving you what you're hoping for. And the worst part is, she knows it. Don't think she's clueless. She's fully aware that you like her. But as long as you keep playing along, she will keep reaping the benefits. You're making it easy for her. So let me be clear. You're not her best friend, you're her safety net. And the longer you stay there, the harder it'll ever be to be taken seriously by her or any other woman. I know it's not easy to cut off a person like this, but it's necessary. I don't care how mixed the signals get. When she likes you, she really likes you. Don't care. If she really liked you and she wanted something with you, then the signals wouldn't be that mixed. That's the part you need to get.
If she only remembers you when her life falls apart, congratulations, you're not the boyfriend, you're the free therapist with no benefits.
Why does she put you in the friend zone? Usually it's one of three reasons. She wants to use you for attention, validation, your company, venting, punching bag. And you will be able to confirm this once she finds someone she actually likes and starts dating somebody else. You'll be discarded. And once things don't work out with that guy, you might slither on back, and then the cycle will repeat if you allow it. 2, it's her way of letting you down easy. She genuinely isn't interested in you. She doesn't like you like that. She would never even consider you. But she doesn't really want to hurt your feelings. So she's hoping she'll friend zone you and you will walk away. And when you don't, she loses even more respect for you and loses even more interest in you. Because she knows you're ultimately just staying because you're hoping that there's a chance, and that comes off as very desperate. And 3, she genuinely wants to be just friends with you. But unfortunately, we rarely see women treat their guy friends as good as they treat their girlfriends. And again, if she finds someone that she likes and wants to date, you're going to be discarded. And in some rare cases, if she doesn't discard you, then it's probably legitimate. But of course, there will have to be boundaries because she's dating someone else and she needs to be respectful of him. Ideally, you'll find someone by then, and you guys can still be friends reasonably without upsetting either one of your partners.
You were never her person. You were the backup generator she plugs into when the real guy disappears. The second he comes back, you're invisible again.
I need a name for the opposite of being friend zoned because I am so exhausted of having this experience where I think I've made a genuine guy friend. We're laughing, we're having a good time, we're bonding over mutual interests. It just feels very wholesome and fun. And then they say something suggestive, and then I have to either A, not reciprocate, or B, set a boundary, and then they just stop talking to me. And this can happen in any like phase of a relationship. Either you've just met or you've known each other for a little bit. And it's so dehumanizing because it's very clear then that I was only seen as a romantic or sexual prospect and not as like a person.
No, what's dehumanizing is expecting boyfriend level attention from men you already know you never date. Men leave because they finally realize they're wasting time.
So I'm not the one to share my dating experience, but I don't know, this one's kind of funny and I think you'll get a kick out of it. So I meet this one guy, and I actually knew him in high school, but we never talked, we were never friends. Like, he was kind of like a weird kid, and we just didn't get along in high school, right? But he actually had like the biggest glow up ever. So he messaged me on Instagram. I was like, shoot, okay, let me give this man a chance. And so he picks me up. And the only reason I let him pick me up is because I knew him in high school and he wasn't like a total stranger to me. So we go out to dinner and things are going really great. It gets to a point where we're like talking about taking a trip together, like going up to the mountains, going snowboarding together, and like renting out an Airbnb, like a cabin. So maybe like the next week goes by and we're still making plans for this trip. And he actually buys the Airbnb. He bought my snow ticket. He literally bought me like a whole new outfit just to go snowboarding with him. Like, man's dropped a bag on me. And during this time period, like, we are really connecting. Like, things are going really great. It's getting pretty serious. And I'm, like, low-key falling in love with him. So we end up going to this Airbnb. And we have a ski trip day. It's, like, such a good day. We're vibing, right? Like, I'm thinking, like, he's going to ask me to be his girlfriend soon. So we make it back to the Airbnb after this long day. And he, like, cooks me a steak dinner. He gives me, like, some wine. Like, this man is just, like, doing so much. And, like, wow, just like literally exceeding my expectations. So nighttime comes around and, you know, I brought a box of spicy cubes and I'm like, hey, let's like, you know, maybe today's the day, right? So, you know, I told him, I was like, look, I have a surprise for us. Let me go get it. I go get it. I come back and I'm like, look what I got. Like, we could take one and just enjoy the night in, right? Thinking he's going to be so excited, right? Because like we haven't done anything up to this point. And I show him it and he's like, oh. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, what? Like, we don't have to take them. Like, that's okay. It's just gonna, you know, make it, you know, spice it up a little bit. Like, but we don't have to take them. And he's like, no, like, I'm just not into you like that. You're not into me like that. What was all of this for then? Like, what? So my heart is like literally shattering in front of this man while he's telling me he's not even into me like that. And I'm like, why are you doing all of this for me? Like, like what? I'm so confused. And he was like, oh, well, like, I don't know. I just thought we were really good friends. Like, I just wanted to, like, do something nice for you. Like, it was nothing, like, romantic like that. Dude, I literally spent, like, 3 months talking to this dude, thinking that, like, we were going to be in a serious relationship. And he pulls, you're just going to be my friend on me. Like, what? I literally flipped my shit. And I got out of the Airbnb. I literally got an Uber from the mountains to my house because I was so pissed. He calls me, tries to just text me all this time. I don't know. I haven't texted him in like a month. Month goes by. He gets to my house. Like, he shows up to my house. Is like apologizing. I ultimately forgive him. But I'm just like, dude, that was so effed up. Like, I'm not in contact with him anymore. But I just think that was just actually so crazy to me.
This is where we applaud a bro for representing us so well. You can't expect a man to chase after you for all that period of time and still have interest.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like, it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
Funny how independent women suddenly need a husband around the second heavy lifting, fixing, or responsibility shows up. Equality disappears real fast when the TV mount comes out.
If you're an attractive woman, he's not your friend. He's not your friend. Not how most men think. They don't just be friends with an attractive woman because they like her personality. He's waiting for the opportunity, hoping for the opportunity to get out of the friend zone. Or, he's using you for social status. If a guy has attractive female friends, it definitely elevates his status. I have some guy friends, but I know where things stand. Like, I know if ever they got the opportunity, they would take it.
If you walk into every male friendship expecting hidden intent, you'll always find it. Clarity and boundaries matter more than guessing motives and labeling everyone the same.
Want to know a secret that the women will hate me for and they won't admit even though it's true? If she showed you a lot of interest in the beginning and now she seems to be pulling away, that's because she does not have the maturity to tell you that she lost interest, and instead she's leading you on to see if she genuinely wants to be with you or not. She is obviously playing games whether she knows it or not, and she's just wasting your time as long as you allow it. As complicated as women are, you are the one that gets to decide whether you'd want to deal with it or not. And instead, go for the woman that's okay with pursuing you because she doesn't give a fuck about masculinity, femininity. She's gonna pursue you because she thinks you're attractive, and you're gonna pursue her because you think she's attractive, okay? Guys find it hot when you pursue them. Follow me.
No secret here, just reality men don't want to face. If her interest drops, it's not maturity issues or games. It's her losing attraction and you refusing to accept it.
This is how to get out of the friend zone. Guys, if you're fast approaching the relegation zone, then I suggest you take notes because it's looking like the transfer window is about to be open. Number 1, stop being readily available. If you're replying in an instant and she is giving you the slowest of slow replies, then this is what you're gonna do. Go out, live your life. Do not tell her the ins and outs of your day. Instead, you're gonna post about it on your story. Because she'll think to herself, oh, he didn't tell me this, he normally does. If she's attracted to you, she's gonna start feeling some type of way and the chase begins. Number 2, if you are in X territory and she's giving you the whole spiel as to why they didn't work out, and you're just sitting there like an emotional tampon taking it all in, hoping to be the shoulder she cries on, here's what you're gonna do. Stop. Effective immediately. Because although you're thinking, oh, I can be there for her when she needs me the most, 1, that's only gonna turn into you being a rebound, or you're gonna end up in the friend zone. Because right now, you are acting like a friend. And too good of one. So if she starts talking about her last relationship, swiftly change the topic of conversation as fast as you can. And last but not least, number 3, if you know you are in the friend zone, next time you hang out with her, you're gonna do this. Look in her eyes, look at her mouth, look in her eyes again, and say something like, too bad we're friends, it would be dangerous if we weren't. Either she's gonna cringe and get the ick effective immediately, or you've just created Niagara Falls and a huge amount of sexual tension between you both. I don't know about you, but it sounds like a risk worth taking.
Let's be honest, if you need a 3-step strategy, posting tricks, and emotional withdrawal tactics to get her attention, you're already not the guy she wants. Attraction doesn't require manipulation, it requires presence, and you missed it.
You're such a major green flag that I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, that's okay. But thank you so much for saying that.
No, I love the way you interacted with everyone. You're so polite and like, you're just down for like the criticism as well. But I think it's like too much of a green flag that I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna ruin you.
No worries, no worries.
Wait, so you're saying he's too perfect, therefore you're gonna reject him?
Yeah.
Understood.
Makes sense, yeah?
It's gonna be your heartbreak.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Did you get that? He's too good. Oh, you're so perfect. You're, polite and you take criticism well and you were like so respectful to anyone, but I can't. Like, I feel like I'm going to ruin you. Guys, she's lying. He's boring. She's bored. This is a perfectly decent guy, probably, right? He's a good looking guy. He looks like he's relatively in shape. He's soft spoken. He's gentle. He's polite, as she said. I guess it's a game where you're able to criticize. He accepted that criticism with dignity and took it, and he's too nice. This is why the nice guys finish last. He overextended himself too much. He was too polite. He was too, oh, what can I do to make you happy? He was too like, oh, yes, of course, you said I was XYZ. Well, maybe I can improve on. You can see the energy right from the get-go. that guy is too soft. He's too gentle. He's like sunken in. Stand up straight, guys. Stand up. You got to have that man energy. You got to have that masculine male energy. You got to have it all around you. In fact, it's got to be so strong that she feels it where she's standing, so that if the wind blows a certain way, she's like, ooh, right? So the power dynamic in that she assessed was going to be with her, right? And ultimately, women don't want that. They think they want to be in power, but they don't. Because those guys that allow them to be in power, they cheat on them, or they leave them, or they
Calling a respectful, calm man a green flag you want to ruin isn't flirting. It's just a confession that you're more attracted to chaos than stability, then pretending that's his flaw.
Why a woman puts you in the friend zone, part 2. A lot of women will put you in the friend zone because they know that you're a good guy, but they're not used to it. They are so comfortable with dealing bad boys because that's all they know about. The next reason is that she just doesn't respect you, or she's going through so much in her life that she is sabotaging the relationship based on her insecurities. So she may like you, but the only reason she's friend zoning you is because she's toxic as hell. Or she likes you, but she doesn't know what she wants. She's going through a lot in her personal life, and then there's a relationship on top of that. Sometimes a girl can really like a guy and know that he's good for her, but she'll still friend zone him because she's afraid of hurting him, or she's afraid of him hurting her, or she's afraid that he'll reject her. So many reasons. Follow me for more tips, one-on-one coaching in my bio. Peace.
Attraction isn't a puzzle with 10 emotional reasons behind it. Most of the time it's simple. She doesn't feel it. Turning that into she's afraid or she's sabotaging herself just delays acceptance.
Here's one for you. A woman can literally sleep with pretty much any man that she wants, whenever she wants. That part is easy. Options are abundant for her, but a man, he only sleeps with whoever allows him in. He has to earn the access. He has to bring value, prove himself, and stand out and be different. That's the first half of the game. But when it's time to actually commit and settle down, maybe for just a real relationship or a marriage, the entire power dynamic flips. Suddenly, it's the men who choose. Women wait to be chosen. That's the reality that nobody really likes to admit. Sex is abundant for women. Commitment is scarce. Commitment is abundant for men who have built real, undeniable value, and women will compete for that man. Different leverage, different timelines, completely different games for each side. You can ignore it. You can deny it too. You can cope and say, oh my gosh, that is toxic, or that's outdated. But the rules don't change just because the truth makes you uncomfortable. So here's the choice. You can either keep pretending it's all equal and wonder why you're frustrated all the time, or you can finally understand the game for what it actually is and decide whether you're going to master it or keep getting played by it. This is the polarity I always talk about to its core. Listen to this deeply, let it sink in, because once you see it and hear it, you can't unsee it and unhear it.
Yes, there are differences in how people experience dating, but turning it into a rigid power flip where one side wins sex and the other wins commitment ignores reality. People choose based on attraction, timing, and compatibility, not a fixed game with winners and losers.
If a woman sees a man doesn't have strong boundary setting or doesn't have great emotional control, meets a man that doesn't have those qualities, a lot of times women will perceive that man as being softer and therefore not as attractive. So a lot of times be like, I'm a nice guy, I'm sweet, I'm kind. That's not how you get women. Women like men that have boundaries. Women like masculine men. That's why some women may not like men that are softer, because they don't perceive them as being as masculine. It's not about them being nice at all.
Let's drop the fantasy. Women aren't sitting there grading men on emotional control levels like it's a job interview. If she's not attracted, it's not because you're too soft. It's because you're not her guy.
What's your name?
Natalie.
Natalie, is that your man?
No. That's my friend.
Damn.
No, he is. Deadass. Like.
Oh, you're gay?
No.
I thought you said you're open. You said you was open. I thought.
No. I said I'm the homie.
Homie. Okay. Are you telling me you want to hit?
Bruh, I'm good. We cool.
No homo. You a good looking dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You want to let my man hit?
Nah, we're really, really close friends, so it's not like that for real. If they say guys guys and girls can't be friends, like it's a lie, because guys and girls can be friends.
So we can stop lying. So you're telling me you ain't never thought about being in the guts, like just between you and me?
Funny as hell. No, we're cool, bro.
Worth a shot.
Let's be real, when a we're just friends conversation needs that much explaining, it's usually because the chemistry never got the memo. One side is selling friendship, the other is mentally filing options.
Why does a guy go in the friend zone, and can he get out?
For me personally, it's really hard to get out of the friend zone. I'm not a very like friends to lovers kind of girl, so I feel like if you take too long to take that first step, I think I'm going to friend zone you.
So it's almost like he's being too timid.
Yeah.
And there might be a moment where something could happen, but once you feel that timidity, it's like a turn off forever.
Yeah, I don't think it's like timidity. There's just, I'm either attracted to someone or I'm not, and I can tell on the first date usually.
Wow. So yeah, so it could just be like there's nothing he can do. You either have that chemistry, or he's out.
This maybe I can change your mind later mindset is where men waste time. Attraction is usually decided fast. Everything after that is just you trying to negotiate with rejection.
A situationship is not a thing. It's not a thing. It's a made-up word created by the people in this generation because so many of y'all can't lock into a relationship, but you also don't like yourselves enough to be single and be alone. So you're in this weird gray area with a person where you act like you're dating, but you're still not locked in. So that person can do stuff that's similar to cheating, but since it's a situationship, it's okay. Because you know what a situationship really is? It's a detached and toxic relationship. You go on dates, you kiss, you sleep together, you can be on the phone all night long, but you really can't get upset if the other person decides to sleep with someone else because technically, you're not dating. They're allowed to do that. That's not your girlfriend, that's not your boyfriend. They can go and hook up with someone else if they want to, and you can't get mad because you're not together. But you acted like you were together just yesterday when you woke up together. But now they're in someone else's bed, and it's okay because it's a situationship because they don't want to commit to you. Especially if the situationship was introduced by the other party, they said, hey, you know, why don't we be in a situationship? That is them saying, I don't want to commit to you. I don't want to only be with you. I'm scared for us to be locked in. So I want to be in a situationship where I can use your attention and use all the things you can give me when I need it. But then when I don't really need your presence, I can ghost you for 2 months, and that is completely okay. That's exactly what a situationship is. And you know what? I'll give some of them the benefit of the doubt. If you're in a situationship for a couple weeks between, you know, being kind of friends and being dating because you're weird, you don't really know what's going on, feelings are developing, that is okay. But I see too many people saying, my situationship of 8 months, he doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. They do not want you. And I think on some level, you don't really want them either. Or at least you don't respect yourself enough to leave, because why are you staying with someone that has not popped a question for 8 months? It's stupid. Wake up, please.
If you need a label to justify confusion, mixed expectations, and emotional inconsistency, the problem isn't the word, it's the lack of boundaries, and no label is fixing that. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and stay tuned for the next video.